Famous Last Words is probably the most confusing My Chemical Romance song that I've ever listened to. There are multiple different interpretations, even from the artist himself, Gerard Way, and it is so confusing. So we're gonna try to follow all these different storylines, explain what this song is, and make sure that you guys know exactly what's happening in Famous Last Words. Hey everybody, I'm Clifford Stummy, the pop song professor. Welcome to my channel where we make English class awesome by explaining and sometimes roasting song lyrics on weekdays. Today we're talking about Famous Last Words by My Chemical Romance. And it's been a while since we've done a My Chemical Romance song, so this is very due. Lots of you guys have been requesting My Chemical Romance songs throughout the years, and here we are ready to do another one. I've never tried to explain how to write My Chemical Romance lyrics, but if you guys are interested in writing 21 Pilots lyrics, there is a link in the description to an awesome course that will teach you how to do that. Just something to keep in mind. All right, let's start with the basics here. The Black Parade album is about the cancer patient. He's got a girlfriend, and things are okay with them. He's kind of contemplating life and death and the future and whether he'll make it and what it means to die throughout the album, and it's pretty intense. In the music video, we see the band, they're performing in front of the burning remains of the parade float that shows up in another music video or two, and they look super like skeletal and ghostly, like they're on their deathbeds and getting ready to die, and it's one of the most intense, dark music videos they've ever created. In fact, Gerard Way said that this whole song came out of one of the darkest time periods of the band. I'll explain the reason for that, but first, fun fact, when it came to the filming of the music video, almost every single person was injured in some way while filming that. The drummer got second and third degree burns, Gerard tore muscles in his leg and foot, Ray Toro fractured his fingers, and the drummer also got multiple blisters on his hands for playing for so long. The only person who didn't get injured was Mikey Way, and it's interesting because the song might actually sort of be about Mikey Way. He was having not such a great time, and so he actually had to take a break from the band temporarily, and it was eventually this song written by Gerard that convinced him to end his temporary hiatus, sorry to trigger you 21 Pilots fans, and to come back and join the band. Gerard says this about the song: "It's one of the most emotionally powerful songs on the record. It's an extremely difficult subject to talk about. It's hard to explain. It's one of those songs that you just have to hit play and hope they understand. It's really just about saying I can do this alone. Sometimes I just have to be strong and I can make it. I want to live." It's interesting that he says that because it's also about several other things. He's principally referring to the chorus, which very much has that sort of an idea. "I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. Honey, if you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home." Gerard said that some of those lines might have had to do with the breakup between him and his girlfriend, but they could also have to do with Mikey coming back. "I'm not afraid to walk this world alone. If you stay, I'll be forgiven." Maybe Gerard did something that offended Mikey. Ray Toro says this about the song. He says it sums up the whole CD. It relays the message. Live every day like it's their last. Live life to the fullest and really enjoy it. The song has the most inspiring lyrics. Not all of them are happy inspiring though. The chorus makes me want to wake up in the morning and have a great day. It's very powerful, and I will agree with that. As far as the possibility of it being about Mikey leaving, the first part of the song probably seems more like that, with lines like the intro, "Now I know that I can't make you stay, but where's your heart? And I know there's nothing I can say to change that part." But the song also seems to have to do with the story of the cancer patient as he's laying there with his girlfriend, possibly preparing to die. "So many bright lights, they cast a shadow, but can I speak?" This could be a reference to the lights in the hospital or the light at the end of the tunnel maybe as he's dying. "Well, it's hard understanding I'm complete. A life that's so demanding, I get so weak. A love that's so demanding, I can't speak." That love could be his girlfriend. The life that's so demanding is just life in general and trying to survive while taking cancer treatments. And in verse 2, "Can you see my eyes are shining bright? Because I'm out here on the other side." That could mean the other side of life and death. Maybe he's slipping in and out of consciousness. And he concludes that verse, and he concludes verse 2, "I get weak." The weakness is not just from the treatments, it's also from just the emotional turmoil and the stress of what he's going through. In the post-chorus we hear, "These bright lights have always blinded me." It could be that he's overwhelmed by the thought of life after death, or just that the hospital lights are too much and he feels like a specimen, or he feels like he would rather go crawl in a hole by himself somewhere. You introverts know what I'm talking about. A lot of people think that this song is about the patient dying, and where they get that from is this next stanza. The bridge, which is also, I think, the most confusing one. "I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak, awake and unafraid, asleep or dead." As you probably noticed, it's kind of confusing who he's talking about, himself or his girlfriend. Since his girlfriend was never on the table for dying, it seems like it's gotta be about him, right? But in an interview with the New York Times, Gerard kind of threw us for a loop. He says, at first I thought the patient died, but the more I think about it, the more I think he's not dead. Maybe this is all in his head. Maybe he can fight. Now I think he has a choice to live. Oh, wait, I got that wrong. It's not actually his quote that makes us think the girlfriend's dead. He just makes us think that nobody's dead and that the patient is just kind of dreaming all of this. And the lines awake and unafraid, asleep or dead, leave this ambivalence there. It's another internet source that I was reading earlier that makes it sound like the girlfriend's dead. They say that I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak suggests that the lover is dead and that the patient is like at her funeral or something. I'm gonna call bull on that, and I'm gonna say that this song is definitely about the patient dying or not dying based on what Gerard wants to say. Of course, the fact that he leaves it open to his own interpretation means he's definitely leaving it up to our interpretation. So that's kind of the cool thing about the song. Basically, the way it's designed, or at least redesigned or rethought of by Gerard recently, you get to decide whether the patient lives or dies. What does that mean for the patient? To go through the experience of cancer and all the other things that happens to the patient on this album, if that patient lives, what does that mean for him as he continues in life? How are these experiences going to have changed him? And how does thinking about those experiences changing him change you? Of course, if he's dead, what does that mean for the people around him? What's the afterlife look like for him? And finally, this being one of the last tracks on the album, what does the story of the Black Parade mean overall? These are questions you guys are gonna have to answer because this video's out of time. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this explanation. If you want to suggest another My Chemical Romance song for me to explain, comment it down below. Don't forget to give it a like, a subscribe, ding that bell, wham-a-lamma ding dong. It's been a good day, guys. Make it a better day. How about by watching these videos or checking out that How to Write Lyrics Like 21 Pilots course in the descript. Thanks for being part of the Song Explaining fam, and I'll talk to you next time.